Hello, everybody, and welcome. My name is Paulina Hurtado, and I am the broker owner of Century 21 Global Connections Realty. I've been an innovator, a real estate innovator for the past 15 years, and I have a real estate broker making sure that my agents are successful for the last 9 years. Today, we are very excited because, as all of you guys know, we started hurricane season on June 1st. And so today, welcome to hurricane season 2020, prepare to ride the storm. We welcome Leonardo Rodriguez. He is a public insurance adjuster since 2008, working alongside partners at Total Claims Adjusting and the law offices of Wimber, Stone, and Urbano. Having worked in the police department for over 13 years, Leo understands the value of being a strong advocate for the unprecedented. Now he uses his platform as a public adjuster to provide a voice to the policyholders, who often go unheard. Welcome, Leo. How are you?
Hello, everyone. Thank you for the opportunity of being here. Thank you, everybody, for joining us and learning about this unknown industry and a few hints and tips of what you can do this hurricane season.
So Leo, tell me a little bit about, okay, so my understanding is usually if I have a claim on my property, let's say either I have a leak in my kitchen or something like that, my understanding is I just call the insurance company directly. Is that correct?
Well, yes, you as a policy owner of your home, you have the absolute right to call your insurance company. That's why your insurance company is there. You have a problem in your house, some sort of property damage, and you call them. However, the state of Florida has allowed the opportunity for public adjusters to exist in this field, and they're there specifically to represent the homeowner or the policyholder through these claims. As I mentioned before, yes, a policyholder, most people would typically call their insurance company. They will initiate a claim. They get an inspector or an adjuster that works for the insurance company or on the behalf of the insurance company. They'll come out, they'll do an inspection, they'll do a report, and what may happen after that more than likely may not be to your benefit. And there's a very simple reason for that. That adjuster that came out to your property to inspect, they don't have your best interest in mind. Okay, they have the interest of the insurance company. Okay, insurance company is a business. They're there to make money. They don't want to pay out claims. Okay, in occasion they might pay out some a little bit, but most of the time, not nearly enough what you actually deserve. A public adjuster, okay, if you choose to hire a public adjuster, we're going to come in and we're going to create, negotiate, and settle this insurance claim on your behalf. We are working for you, not the insurance company. So we'll come in there. We are going to be the ones responsible for providing all of the necessary evidence, all of the proof, all of the accurate estimates of what damages are, so that we actually have something to prove to the insurance company on your behalf, again, that says that X damage is worth this much, and this is what you should be paying. There have been state studies done here in Florida that corroborate the work ethic and the results of using a public adjuster rather than going directly to the insurance company. And those results are outstanding. I mean, this is what a report published in 2005, 2006, after the storms during that year. And they actually concluded that the services of a public adjuster will, on average, give back to the policyholder 747% more money in their pocket to fix the damage that they have in their home as compared to making the claim directly to the insurance company. So we are there for the policyholder, and our interest is the same as yours. We want to find you as much amount as possible for the claim that you have, so you can repair and what you need to repair, and do it properly with the actual estimate that you need to be paid for by the insurance company.
Okay, so my understanding, to kind of like wrap up what you just said, is if I call the insurance company directly, right, most likely the insurance company will either decline my claim, or B, they will give me very little money for it. And actually, I know firsthand, because I know my dad actually tried right after Wilma, I think it was the last hurricane that we passed, Leo.
The last hurricane that we had pass through the area was Hurricane Irma in
Yeah, so
September of 2017. Yeah.
right after Irma, my dad had a lot of damage in his roof. And so he went ahead and he called the insurance company. And it was supposed to be, you know, an Irma claim. And they actually only gave him like $300. And in addition to that, they told him that he needed to replace the roof himself.
Oh.
So most of the homeowners come out of pocket, and they think that if they call the insurance company is there to advocate. But from what my understanding is, the insurance company, of course, just like in a real estate transaction, you have the buyer's agent and you have the listing agent. Obviously, the listing agent is going to be looking after the seller's best interest, and the buyer's agent is going to look after the buyer's best interest. In your case, the adjuster, the insurance adjuster that the insurance company sends out is going to look after the insurance company's best interest, and your job is to look after the customer's best interest, correct?
Pretty much, yes. Everything you said is kind of right on. I mean, when the customer makes a claim to the insurance company, as many promises the insurance company wants to give the policyholder, like you said, it is in their interest to pay as little as possible. I'm listening to your story about your dad, and it's unfortunately very common. It has been very common since Hurricane Irma. Like I said, less than 3 years ago, or like you said, less than 3 years ago, the the amount of claims that came out of that, people that made claims directly to the insurance company, a good majority of them, I'm not going to say all, okay, but a good majority of them had their claims denied or were paid almost close to nothing, nothing close to what the actual damages are for a lot of the properties that I've seen. I mean, I've had cases where we had an insurance company deny the claim for the policyholder, and then they still demanded the policyholder to go to court, give a statement, and the customer didn't even get a cent from the insurance company. We got involved, okay, and about 7 months later that we got involved, we were able to get this customer $80,000 from the insurance company. So this is one of those examples where, I mean, it's a very good example. You know, not all examples are like this, but they started with nothing and they got $80,000 in their pocket. When we're talking about homes here in the South Florida area, you know, where we're located, we focus primarily in the Tri-County area, but homes, for example, in Western Broward, Pembroke Pines, Weston, we're talking about roof estimates that can come anywhere between 50 to 85, $90,000. When we do the estimate and we submit that to the insurance company, we could have customers getting paid checks, you know, anywhere from 35 to 50, $60,000 to fix their roofs. Not only fix their roofs, but replace their roofs. We're talking about roofs in Western Broward that are 20, 25 years old that are up for replacement anyway. And a lot of these customers, like you said, you know, like your dad, I don't know how old your dad's roof was at the time, but from what you're telling me, it could have been an opportunity for your dad to, you know, get what's due to him. If this, this policyholder needed a roof, we have an insurance company that's denying him that right. Why are they denying him that right? Okay. As a public adjuster, we come in and we prove to the insurance company why, okay, this customer needs a new roof, why this damage can't be replaced with the amount of money that they provided. Okay, we handle that for you. We do the estimates, we do the negotiations, and the results are still coming back mainly in overwhelmingly, I should say, in the policyholder's favor. There's actually a 3-year time frame to submit Hurricane Irma claims, and we're still in that 3-year time frame. Okay, Hurricane Irma happened September 10th of 2017. September 10th of this year is the 3-year mark. So I strongly encourage anybody that's listening, if you have roof leaks from your roof, if you had, you know, shingles that were torn out, tiles that were torn out from the storm, you had to replace them. You probably couldn't find the right tiles to fit, the right colors. You still have cracks. You still. I encourage anybody, you know, that is in that situation to please get a hold of the public adjuster, get a hold of me. Okay, we go out there, we do the free inspection, and we will advise you if you have or don't have a claim. If you already got a claim,
So,
you were underpaid.
Leo, I have a couple of questions here. So let me ask you something. So, what the benefits of working with a public adjuster is not that as a team, from my understanding, is we don't only get you, but we also get a whole team that backs you up. Can you elaborate a little bit about that and who is the team that will be representing you?
Sure, sure. So not only do we go in as a public adjuster, loss consultant representing you in your claims, but depending on the claim that you're making, okay, and a lot of it also has to do with your insurance company. Some insurance companies are tougher to fight than others. We do have partners at a law firm of Greenberg, Stone, and Urbano in Miami. They have been working with us, Total Claims Adjusting, for many, many years. And they come in with us in a lot of our claims as a big brother. Okay. I like to use the analogy to some of my clients, when you were young, you were playing in the, 10 years old, playing in the schoolyard. And, if you were, a little guy like me, people will come and mess with you. But if I brought my big brother along, he's, size of a linebacker, all the other bullies wouldn't mess with me. Okay. Bringing in, partners at the law firm and bringing in those attorneys on the case is just very similar to that. When an insurance company sees that the policyholder or the adjuster are coming in with an attorney's office, they take the case more seriously. They're more apt at responding in a timely fashion, and they know that we mean business. They know that we're not going to take no for an answer. Okay, they know that we're going to be providing the necessary proof and everything we need to show an insurance company that they need to pay X damage because that's what they were contracted to do. If a policyholder has damage, they pay thousands of dollars in premiums. They expect to be get paid if there's a legitimate claim. That is what we do. And I do, like I said, bring in partners, our attorney partners, time to time, depending on the claim, depending on the insurance company. And, it's a fantastic result. And it's also the same fee that we charge, whether we're using an insurance company, attorneys or not. Okay. There's no drawback whatsoever bringing in the attorneys. Some people, are scared of hearing the word attorney, but it is not like that. This isn't, it's not a criminal case. It's not, going to court and testifying. It's, we're bringing in the attorneys, and they're going to be handling the case as well. And if there's additional steps to take that, those get covered down the road. But definitely bringing in attorneys is never a bad thing if any of your cases end up being that.
So I have a quick question for you. I see on the back of your banner it says that denied claims. So let's just say like somebody like my father that got their claim denied and it's been less than 3 years, and it actually just happened when the last hurricane came. Can he contact you and then would you be able to reopen that case and help them?
Absolutely. Anybody can call us for anything at any time. I mean, if you think you have a claim, if you don't know if you have a claim, if you believe that you were underpaid from any damage, it doesn't have to be from Hurricane Irma. I mean, somebody could have had kitchen damage. They could have had a kitchen leak, and they feel that they were underpaid. Let us review your claim. Okay, denied claims. Let me review your denied claim. Why was it denied? Let's see the insurance company's reasonings for it. And more than likely, we will be able to reopen that case and fight for you. Okay, nothing is guaranteed in life except death and taxes, as some people say. And making a claim is the same thing. I honestly I can't guarantee what the outcome is going to be, but I can definitely guarantee that if you have a denied claim, trying to reopen this and seeing what we can get from the insurance company to get you what you're due, it's the same concept. I mean, there's no hurt in opening any of these claims. I mean, with your father, I'll be happy to take a look at what happened to him and talk about the possibility of reopening the claim. I got to take a look at what the damages in the roof and what he has done to try to mitigate those issues. Not sure if you have a claim. Listen, many people have no idea that they have a very small drip under the kitchen. They have no idea that they've got something wrong with the AC and it's leaking. The roof claims, okay? People may not realize that they have these water leaks in their ceilings. And I learned that when I first started out in this job. I would walk into a room, turn all the lights on, look up top, don't see any water leaks. And it wasn't until I started using, a flashlight to actually inspect that I would find these leaks that would have otherwise gone unnoticed. And there's a lot of those. Customers call me and do the inspection of their house, and hey, you ever noticed a leak before? No, I've never noticed it. Oh, okay. Well, let's talk about it. Okay. What's the situation here?
So I know that there is a lot of bad I don't want to say like bad connotation, I guess, to whenever you talk to people. Some people don't know the aspects of how far or what do you do, and they say, oh no, public adjusters. And they usually have had a bad experience with a public adjuster, or they've usually had a public adjuster that finds something wrong with the property when really there's nothing to find. So what makes you different than the rest of the public adjusters that usually have this kind of like bad name, kind of like, in real estate, there's for every 10 realtors, I mean, for every 10 realtors, there's about 5 realtors that are not good realtors, that they're only commission chasers, and I hate to say that word, but it's the truth. And they don't educate themselves to make sure what to do the best for their clients.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure that in your profession is the same exact thing. But just elaborate a little bit to me, what makes you different, and why should somebody choose a regular, another public adjuster opposed to you?
You say commission chaser. I've heard the term ambulance chaser. Okay, that seems to be the more popular one. What can I say is, there's bad apples in any industry. You mentioned real estate. Are there bad apples in public adjusting? Yeah, absolutely there are. Are there some people that will go out there and, fake a claim, so they can get a commission out of it? Yeah, I'm sure that there are. But at the bottom, at the bottom of the day, I have a family to feed. Okay, I have a family to feed. I take fraud extremely seriously. Okay, if I walk into a home and I do the inspection and I find a potential problem, we discuss it. Okay, we talk about what happened here. When did you notice this? How long has this been going on? Age doesn't matter. I've walked into 20-year-old homes in Weston where they have the original kitchen, and that kitchen is 100% perfect, not one single sign of a leak. But then in contrast, I've walked into homes that are 6 months old, and they've got leaks in the bathroom, they've got leaks in the kitchen. So age doesn't really matter when it comes to locating a problem. And if we locate a problem, we talk about it. If I don't locate a problem, fantastic. Okay, take the roofs for example. 20, 25-year-old roofs hit by Hurricane Irma. Your neighbor could have had damage. You probably don't have damage. Okay, just because we're talking about the same neighborhood, the same street, one person has a problem, one doesn't mean everybody in the neighborhood does. It's very specific to each inspection, to each property, what my firm, for example, is able to find. I can't speak for every adjuster out there, okay, but I do know that there are bad apples because I've heard of them. I've heard people, like I said, call me an ambulance chaser when that's not the fact. I would probably guess that a lot of those people had some sort of a bad experience with an adjuster in the past. And I'm sorry for that they went through that. But you also mentioned the realtors and any profession. I mean, we're talking about barbers, tow truck drivers, mechanics. There's bad apples in everything.
And basically, what you're saying is that it's also fraudulent for them to try to fake a claim that it's not there.
Oh, absolutely.
So they could lose their license for that.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, not only can they lose their license, but the homeowner can also be held liable for fraudulent claims. So, to fake a claim and to just go after an insurance company for the sake of going after the insurance company, it's fraud, illegal, and why risk it? Why risk it on anybody? I mean, there's no benefit to doing that. And I know some people do it because I've heard of it, but that's that. Okay, at our firm, it's if we find a problem, we identify it, we talk about it. And it's always up to the policyholder as well. Okay, the owner has the absolute say in, listen, if you want to do the claim, you can do it. If you don't want to do the claim, don't. My feelings are never hurt if somebody doesn't want to do a claim. Okay?
Now, another question that we have here is, how does the public adjuster get paid?
Okay, so public adjusters are paid on a commission of whatever is received from the insurance company.
Perfect.
Okay, so and that's taken off of after any deductibles have been deducted. So it's whatever insurance company gives us an award, minus a deductible, and then a percentage of that is what we take for our services.
Okay, perfect. So basically, like kind of like a realtor, we only get paid once we do the work.
Correct.
That's good to know because a lot of people don't know that. A lot of people think that they have to take money out of their pocket to be able to
Correct.
pay the public adjuster, and even with us realtors, a lot of people think that it's the same thing.
Not
So
only that, but let me interrupt you for a second. More important than that is no recovery, no fee. Okay, if we fight the case and we just get to a point where we just don't win any money from the insurance company, we don't get paid. Okay, any percentage of $0 is $0. So we're very, very strict on that fact that we're 100% contingency based. Our fees are contingent upon the insurance company paying out an award. Okay, and that's very, very important for people to realize that by making a claim and using a public adjuster, monetarily, you're not spending any money, okay? Because again, our fees are coming from the award paid by the insurance company, okay? We're never paid directly by the policyholder.
perfect. And then another question that we have here is a lot of people in this, I mean, maybe you could elaborate, everybody says, okay, if I make a claim, my insurance is going to go up. And I want you to elaborate a little bit on that because a lot of people don't know what's going to happen. Is it automatic if I make a claim? Automatically, can my insurance go up, or how does that work? Or can you explain that a little bit?
Yes, I get that question very often when I meet with clients. And the answer to that is very simple. This isn't like the auto insurance on your car, where if you have a fender bender where there's no damage to anybody, your auto insurance goes up. Okay, property insurance is different. Property insurance is not necessarily based, when I say based, we're talking about your rates, are not necessarily based whether or not you make a claim. Many people listening probably had this experience. If you hadn't made a claim in the last 3 years, I would probably say a good percentage of you, your rates went up anyway. Your insurance rates go up, not necessarily because you made a claim, but more importantly, because your insurance company is trying to recoup their losses from your neighbors. Okay, we already
The
mentioned
damages that the last hurricanes caused,
yeah,
basically.
yeah, exactly. We mentioned Hurricane Irma already, and there have been claims paid out. So these insurance companies, they need to recuperate that money, and they do that by raising everybody's rates. Typically, they do it by zip code, and that's how they do it. If somebody makes a claim, I honestly don't know whether or not that specific claim will make your insurance go up. Okay, more than likely, what can happen is if anybody's insurance rates go up, it goes up for the reasons that I just spoke about, which is everybody else around you, has made claims. So everybody as a whole, whether they make claims or not, is getting their rates increased. But it's not necessarily because you made a claim.
Awesome, perfect. And then we have a live question from Facebook. What is the average time it will take for a claim to settle?
That is a very, very subjective question. And I'll say that because there's so many variables involved in the speed by which a claim is resolved.
But in your experience, what would be the average? 6
Listen,
months,
I
8
have had
months?
claims resolved in 6 weeks. I've had claims that I made over a year ago that are still being fought. On average, what I do tell clients is an 8-month time frame, but I
Okay.
never hold them up to that. I mean, that's just to give them a number. Obviously, it can go longer, it can go less, depending on certain insurance companies. If I hear certain insurance companies that they have, I tell them, you know what, this is going to be a very, very long battle. We're talking, a year or plus. If I hear other insurance companies, I'll say, you know what, they're actually fairly quickly. We can resolve this in maybe 4 or 5 months. But the average time frame that I do tell clients is 8 months, but it is extremely subjective on a lot of factors. So just because I say 8 months, it doesn't mean 8 months of the day. It could mean 6 weeks, or it could mean a year and a half. More importantly than that is, I mean, we're talking about high value claims. I mean, we're talking about trying to get somebody enough money to replace their roof. Okay, I don't know a lot of people that have got $40,000, $50,000 stashed up in their bank account, ready to buy a new roof if they need to. I don't know a lot of people that have got $20,000, $25,000 ready to, redo a kitchen because it had a water leak in there. Okay. If a client needs to wait 8 months, 12 months, a year to recoup money from the insurance company so they can have enough to replace the roof, hey, I think that's a win. And I think it's definitely worth the wait.
Awesome, perfect. It was well, great. I don't think we have any more questions. Let me just double check here with Dayesi. Dayesi, we have any more questions? And let me just check on our Facebook page.
If you have your Facebook page open, I mean, I can, tell me when you're ready. People can reach me. Give them my phone number. It's a direct number. People text me, call me. Any specific questions they have, it's a free
What is your
inspection.
phone number?
954
Mm-hmm.
675 0970.
Okay, perfect.
954-675-0970. Call me or text me with your questions. It's a 100% free inspection. If you want me to go over, inspect your property, see if there's anything that could be a claim. You may have something now, maybe you don't have anything. If you're unsure, call me, ask me, we can talk about it. If you had a claim denied or you feel that you were underpaid, call me, we'll talk about it, okay? Please feel free to visit my website, leotheadjuster.com. I have a lot of great information on there, but definitely try to give me a call so we can talk live.
Hold on, I have a question here.
Okay.
What are you doing for homeowners prior to hurricane season to get prepared?
Okay, so this is an actually very, very good question before we actually get off here. Leo, is there anything that you're doing for homeowners ahead of time? Because, we just started hurricane season June 1st, right? So
Right,
is there
right.
something that you're doing for the homeowners before the hurricane season, and what do for them to prepare? Can they talk to you
Right,
before
right.
ahead of time? What are your plans for that?
So hurricane season started, 11 days ago. And one of the biggest things that I tell new clients, when I meet them for the first time now, how can you prepare for hurricane season? You as a policyholder, what can you do on your end? The first thing that I'll tell you is have all of your ducks in a row. Have your policy paperwork handy. They always talk about this in any of the hurricane checklists, okay? But having your insurance paperwork handy is number one. Number two, take photos inside and outside your home, okay?
Now, aren't you doing something like that for homeowners? I believe that was
Yes.
one of the things that you're doing for them,
Yes,
right?
yes. One of the things that I'm providing for my clients that are contacting me now is I am doing drone photos of their roof. Okay, so call me for an inspection. I'll be glad to do the inspection for you. In addition to that, I will provide you with aerial photographs of your roof the way it is now before a potential storm happens. If we happen to get a storm this year, you were able to utilize those photos as proof to the insurance company of what it looked like before and after. Okay. I'll provide these photos for anybody that calls me in for a free inspection. Those photos are yours, they're not mine. It's your house. Okay. I'll take them. You can keep them. And should a storm pass through, I'll contact everybody. Okay. Hey, how's everything doing? How's the roof? Let me go over there and take a look and see if the storm did cause any damage. And again, we talk about a potential insurance claim, and should that conversation happen, we have that proof that before and after. Okay. Anybody that contacts me, maybe if you guys want to call me or send me your email address, I'll be happy to provide a template of a spreadsheet that you can utilize for maybe the high value items in your home. Okay. Televisions, anything of high value that's got a serial number as a method of record keeping, okay, so we can itemize some of these things to show the insurance company later, should those things be damaged or ruined because of a storm, we still have all this record that we can provide them and say, listen, a customer had a 80-inch TV, that he bought for $10,000, it got damaged during the storm, they got coverage, well, what can we do here, okay? That's a spreadsheet that I'll be able to provide to anybody that contacts me, okay, in addition to, of course, the free inspection, we can do now, and provide these aerial shots of their roof so they can have for record keeping, again, for a comparison of a before and after shot. So that's what we can do.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Leo. We really appreciate for being us today with preparing for hurricane season 2020. As you heard it right, if you want to give him a call, his phone number is 954-675-0970, and he will be more than glad to go to your home and actually take pictures of before, especially of the roof. Before the hurricane starts, and if we get hit with a storm, then you definitely will be able to give him a call, and like you said, those pictures are for you to keep, so you have nothing to lose there. I'm very, very excited to have had him on the show. A lot of very informative information. And also, as you are aware, I'm trying to do all of these webinars once a week, or at least twice a month. So if there's something or a topic that you think that it would be very interesting for me to talk about, or somebody that you want me to interview, you can always reach me. My phone number is 754-581-3452. Again, my name is Paulina Hurtado. I am from Century 21 Global Connections Realty. I'm so excited to have had Leo, the adjuster, here with us. And if you have any questions, again, you can reach me 754-581-3452, or you can reach Leo at 954-675-0970. Thank you so much, Leo, for being with us today.
Thank you.
And I really, really had a great time doing these interviews. And I hope you guys got a lot of information. Have an amazing day.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Take care.